So count on. It's on me. I told her don't play though. Ran down with guns. I told her don't show slave hoe. Anyone can participate. No just survivors. You just gotta get there. I swear it's a thriver. Anybody could be a rider. Right there. She got a seatbelt. She a slider. Slider. Okay, let's go ahead. See what you want from me. I told her don't play. I don't wanna be. I'm like, what you wanna be? I'm like, what you wanna be? Rats on, burns on, body. 922? 922 in that game? Let me see. 922. 922 in that? It should take forever to get there. 922? No, I don't want to do that for. If it's gonna be 922, I want like 10 minutes. If it's 10 minutes, $9 bet doing that. 20 minutes seems like yo man gonna have to go on the other side of the country for that. Ice on, body man. You didn't even know that I was out there on Cotty Hay. Didn't even know that we was trying to play every day. They want to play games, don't you play games? No way. We want to go ahead and get big trade. Big trade on me, I might call bitch, I might trade. Don't try to play games, don't try to play games, no way. You don't need lame, don't be too lame. We on Big Bang, we on Big Bang, on Big Bang. We on Big Bang, we Big Bang, so on with mine. I said, okay. We on the way to the beach, man. Beach, man. Would you want to go ahead and please, man? Please, man. You can't even be mine. Be mine. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. We was out there playing with them games. Big body, bang bang. They just wanna know my name. I be going dumb, I go insane. She just wanna know what is okay. She not gonna be okay with me lately. I been just thinking, I've been thinking. Like I'm crazy, I've been going crazy. Oh my god, no. Big Bang Bro, bitch, I bought a pole and that.
Beyond recognition. It then sat for more than 10 years while investigators, insurance companies, and Porsche tried to find out what exactly happened. And because I'm the exact right kind of idiot that would buy a car like this, I was first on the list of people to contact when it came time to sell. This is a monumental amount of damage. I don't tell you how much damage fire does until you actually see it, and it is insane. It is insane. And so this is the carbon tub. So the carbon tub is right here. This is the it's called a monocoque, and then after this is the subframe, which is also made of carbon fiber, and that, you know, in order for this to get compromised, it needs to be something like 1,000 degrees Celsius. But you can see the gel coat is completely worn away. I can like almost push through this with my finger. It's not exactly the best thing in the world. The wheel melted. You have the suspension here, the suspension uprights. They're no good. And back here, this is where the ECU and a lot of the hybrid system was, but it's not anymore. Look at all the wiring. Look at what happened to the wires. You can see the bare copper wires and the filaments for the carbon fiber. It just came apart because they're under compression, and then when the fire happened, they just went wow. So this is the back of the tub, and it's just, there's nothing there. Oh my goodness. Like, you could just push through everything. It's just soft. Everything is so soft. One of these went for $3.9 million. So this is a naturally aspirated 4.6 liter V8, and it's all the way in there. But I think since the fire was underneath the car as well as on top, then that V8 is probably not in great shape. But the intakes are actually on the bottom of the engine and the exhaust is on the top. So the exhaust comes in here and then it shoots out here. This is not usually supposed to open, but look at that. Yikes. Oh boy. Okay, so every single wire is melted. I see melted coil packs, which means that
do not start your business in 2025 without knowing these 3 lessons. Trust me, I learned the hard way, and back then I didn't have tools like AI or LegalZoom to guide me. One of the first products that I ever sold was reading glasses. Back then I was selling on the big marketplaces of the internet, and I had shiny object syndrome. I wanted to try and sell anything and everything I could find. One week it's reading glasses, next week clothing, the next week coffee mugs. You get it. Instead, I should have stuck to a niche, probably reading glasses, and built a brand. Lesson 2, I think doubling down on what's working is important, and I messed that up too. I remember we had these folding glasses that fit in this little case, and we sold thousands. We should have manufactured other designs and colors with a similar design. Now, of course, other brands have done that. Lesson 3 would be waiting too long to start an LLC. If you guys don't know, an LLC helps protect your personal assets. It makes things easier when you're working with factories and suppliers, and it can help you save on taxes. Now I can just use LegalZoom and get the same thing done cheaper and faster. LegalZoom offers personalized service and can even help you with compliance so that your business is properly set up for years. Peace.
That engine probably doesn't turn because the metal side has had some damage. This is such a shame. It's so crazy. Let's see if the door opens though. Ooh, hey, door opens. Even more carbon damage here. 500 kilometers. It says true mileage unknown, but we can hazard a guess. This is also a spider, meaning that these roof sections, they're supposed to come off, not like that, but they're supposed to come off and go in the trunk. Oh, dude, this entire interior is just destroyed, completely and utterly destroyed. The seats are very similar to the ones in my GT3, but you can see they've seen better days. They could probably use a reupholstering. I think they might be able to be fixed, just like this carbon might be able to be fixed. Like recarbon it.
My fault, guys.
But another thing is that this is weirdly, it's a base model. It's not the Weissach pack, and those tend to go for more money because they have like better aero and better brakes and stuff. But it's still multi-million-dollar car that this happened to, and it's a hybrid. So this is that's where the charging port is. So the charging port, I'm gonna go ahead and say it probably doesn't work. So this is where the fire was concentrated. And if you look at this, like, look, this is the door. It's like a feather. Look at that. Like, that's supposed to be super hard carbon. That's supposed to be super hard carbon. And honestly, I don't know how you fix this. If we were to fix this, we would have to consult with like material experts to make sure everything's good, because pictures say one thing, but then you actually look at this and it's a completely different story. I mean, just take a look at that interior. It's so cool. It is so awesome. Got the big LCD screens in the middle and behind the gauge cluster. Has the little switch here for the hybrid and electric, and it looks so awesome from this angle. If you squinted your eyes and then backed up about 500 feet, it would be all right. Like, it would be okay. It'd be like an okay car. All right, so this is going to be my first time sitting in this 918. I can't get in the driver's seat because obvious reasons. Let's just pretend this is UK and this is right-hand drive. Oh, man. Oh, dude. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. There's actually a decent amount of headroom. Like, it's comfortable in here. It feels like the GT3 because the seat is essentially the same. I don't even want to touch the dust because this is 10 years of dust on here. The airbag's a little melty. Steering wheel is a little melty. Some of the gauges are a little past it, but maybe that's rebuildable. This is so much work. This is so much work. The fire melts on the steering wheel, some of the gauges. But if you look over here, like this tiny little nub, that's the gear stick. Look at it. I'm in love with this car. I love the spec. I'll make you sit down there and watch me. And I love the story.
Make you not be able to speak and sit down
and
watch
what's
me.
directly behind me.
Don't be up in here disrespectful.
Also, cup holder. Look at this. Has a cup holder. Yeah, it is a little bit of an afterthought, which is weird for Porsche. But cup holder is right here. So in case you got drinks.
I bet.
There's no real good way of getting out of this car.
Time out. So bitch ass and time out. Fuck nigga. So bitch ass and time out.
Doors. It doesn't have the
you watching me, bro. I'm not watching you, gang. You watching me, bro. Now sit your ass down and shut up and just watch, bro. Listen to the show like I'm listening to the show, bro. Shush. I'm not trying to hear that.
Look at this. So I'm used to seeing a lot of sand and stuff in my hypercar, so it's interesting that there's no sand here.
I'm not trying to hear that at all, bro.
What I think happened right here and right here is when the fire happened, firemen usually break apart the front of the car to get to what's known as a fireman's loop. And that pulls the battery connection, that pulls the power from the hybrid battery. And a lot of times they don't know where that is. I think they were looking for the fireman's loop, and sometimes they just destroy the front of the car. But this car, you can see, look, this is all one piece of carbon fiber. This one giant piece of carbon fiber, just like all of this is, and it's just been destroyed. So I happen to know a few prices for parts for this car. A rear subframe section is $96,000. That's just the subframe. That's not the monocoque. That's not anything attached to it. That's not any of the bracketry. That's not any of the hoses that attach the engine. Just the subframe itself that the engine sits in, $96,000. Each door is about $30,000, and that is completely bare. It's a door skin. The quarter panel is another $40,000, and we would need two of them. The monocoque itself, if you can get it from Porsche, which you probably can't, it's about $250,000. That engine is another $250,000. Each brake disc is about $10,000. So you got $40,000 in brakes. What I've noticed is that we have the battery here. So the battery's out of the car, thankfully, and it hasn't exploded because on the P1 that was big mad. That was really, really exploded. But I don't know if that works. It probably doesn't, because you don't want to leave lithium batteries, sitting for 10 years. So one of those, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's $156,000. This also has a hybrid system that incorporates the front axle and the rear axle. So there's two motors. The ones in the front, I assume, are okay because, it looks okay. The ones in the back, probably not so okay. We can get this running now. Like, just get a jump box. I feel like we're good. How do you even load this thing on a trailer? Like, realistically, how do you do that? Because I think it would literally fall apart if you tried to do that. Only one way to find out.
Until now, game changer. They have a wire trimming head that's universal. It's going to fit any weed eater. They have different size leads on it. Welcome to 3.5 months later. It's no longer snowing. It's no longer icy, and this car is now mine. However, it's not going home right now because of one tiny issue.
Canada and the U.S. are now officially in a trade war. New substantial tariffs on both sides will be in place this Tuesday.
We'll be announcing the tariffs on Canada and Mexico for a number of reasons. They'll be putting the tariff of 25% on Canada.
He has implemented the 25% blanket tariff on Canada and Mexico. Those took effect this morning.
And what this meant for me is that even though I paid a tiny fraction of what the car was originally worth, since I lived in the US and needed to get the car there, my new Porsche 918 Spyder project suddenly got a lot more expensive. But knowing this, I had an idea and got the car on a flatbed as carefully as I could.
Okay. All right. That was painful.
I then wrapped it up so it wouldn't fall apart on the highway and delivered it to the other side of town, where I had a workshop waiting for me. Now, this is still a huge gamble because this new tariff applies to every car coming into the States.
But there is one notable exception. You see, if I bring the car over to the States as is, I get the full tariff. But if I bring it in as parts, I don't have to pay it. And honestly, if you look at it, it's a parts car. I mean, half of it is completely burnt anyway, but we have to prove that to the government by taking the entire thing apart. I'm going to take the engine out of this, and to do it, I'm in a shop. I'm actually in the Viber Performance HQ. They lent me the shop for the weekend. It's a holiday here, and I have the entire weekend and maybe even Monday to take a Porsche 918 hypercar, $2 million apart by myself.
The first and only step when fully stripping a burnt out car is removing parts until the burnt ones are gone, which means I definitely won't have much left to work with. I sprayed some of the very small bolts with rust penetrant, then removed the 918's titanium heat shielding and settled in so I can really see the mess going on at the back.
Oh my goodness. This is the business end of the hybrid system. I think this was the ECU, the engine computer. And everything is melted. So it's all strands of carbon fiber. Look how they just come apart. It smells terrible, by the way. Why is it I always get cars that need wiring harnesses? There's a lot of good copper in here. I feel like if I sell that, it'll pay for maybe 0.2% of the cost of the car. Well, some of these wires are still good. Added bonus. There we go. Cool. So that's the back part of a 918, pristine condition. There's some heat shielding. Feel like it didn't do its job. Now, I thought that maybe the carbon fiber structure was okay-ish, but now I'm looking at it. That's not great. And also, you see where this attaches? This is the shock. It's not attached anymore. So I think the back end of this, where the engine and transmission are mounted, I think is pretty well compromised. Oh my God. That's good. If I peel away the layers like an onion, I might get a good car underneath.
So with
Welcome to Vigo.
Yo, I should have went to Disneyland. Should I go to Disneyland? It's over with, bro. I should have went to
4
Disneyland.
things you probably didn't know about
Fuck.
riding with Lyft. 1. You can schedule a ride up to 90 days in advance to lock in
Should
your
I go to
price and
Disneyland?
pickup time. 2. With Lyft's
Fucking
on-time
hell,
pickup
bro. I
promise,
knew
you
it
get
should have
up
been
to
Disneyland.
$100 in Lyft cash if your driver is more than 10 minutes late.
good, but we about to go to Disneyland. We're going to Disneyland. It's packed out here at the beach, bro. I don't like it. Go. Oh, so I could get over, man. Go to Disneyland. All right, bet. 47 minutes. All right, bet. Who ready? Gotta go to Disneyland. All right, we got 46 minutes to get over there. We're going to Disneyland, bro. Disneyland. I can't believe they tried to take me to Venice. I thought Venice would have been nice, but then I'm thinking, nah, Disneyland is actually better. You gotta go when you have the best place, the best time on earth. Disneyland probably the best week ever. Still, back to Louis.
Star Spangled Music playing. There we go. So, speaking of Star Spangled, look at a red, white, and blue White House on this 4th of July, 10:21 in the nation's capital. No live fireworks shows right now, but we do got a beautiful shot of the gateway to the west. Look at this, the St. Louis Arch. You can see all the people lighting off their personal fireworks in the background.
Go, man, go!
Fireworks show in St. Louis.
Oh, what the fuck is you doing? Go up, mouse! Fuck wrong with you?
Houston,
stupid
as well. And you know what? We are prioritizing live coverage here tonight. And guess what I just saw in my periphery here? Our producer Julie alerting us to Milwaukee, the Cream City. Looks like they're starting up their fireworks show. Let's watch.
Yo, what the fuck? Took Bell so long to turn, bro. Oh, really? What's going on, man? Oh, God. Fuck's sakes. The fuck up, bro. Shit really try to fucking. Shit really try to fucking. Shit really trying to kill me right now, bro. Shit really trying to kill me. Shit really trying to kill me, bro. Shit really just trying to kill me, bro. Like, I don't know why. How about you? Appreciate the light in our hearts.